Okay, we had a really good morning session. I hope the lunch has not made people drowsy, sleepy. I hope you're all up. Yeah. The afternoon session will start off with a topic, Indus App Store, the new need for an alternative app store. To tell us more, I'd like to invite on stage Ritij Khurana. Yeah, I was getting ready right now. Yeah, please welcome on stage Ritij Khurana from the Indus App Store.
Come on guys, some energy at least. इतना rice भी नहीं खाया सबने, right? Cool. Just hold on for a sec till we do the tech check. हाँ sir.
साउंड ट्राई में देख लो ना, वो एसपीटी कनेक्ट हो गया है।
SPD क्या होता है?
यूएसबी साउंड ऑडियो
Done?
नहीं, आपको साउंड ड्राइव में से देखना पड़ेगा।
कैसे देखना पड़ेगा? आप देखिए।
एप्पल का मुझे नहीं पता ना।
एक मिनट रुको। कराऊँ?
एसपीटी लिखा हुआ।
एक सेकंड रुको।
ठीक है, कुछ प्ले करो, मैं उधर से देख लेता हूँ। पीक आ रहा है ऑडियो? ये लगा के और यूएसबी 2 ऑडियो जा रहा है। प्ले करो, मैं उधर स्विच नहीं कर रहा हूँ, उधर से ऑडियो चेक कर लेता हूँ।
कर लो एक बार। कैसे होगा?
ऑडियो ड्राइव सेटिंग में जाके वो एसपीटी लेना है।
कहाँ से आता है सेटिंग?
Hitman, middle sum.
उनसे पूछो। Cool. Kemcho, how many of some has anybody said that to you since the morning? But isn't that how most of you greet each other also? Correct? Kemcho Ahmedabad, यही कहते हैं ना यार? Or is something else? Sorry? चलो ठीक है फिर. Now that we have the Kemcho piece as well, I think a lot of you might be wondering what is Indus App Store. So firstly, I'll actually check. Does anybody know what is Indus App Store? Cool. We have one person. How many of you have used PhonePe ever in your life? Easier. So Indus App Store is actually a PhonePe product. We've just launched it a couple of months ago in India, and it's a alternative Android app store, which is why we are also going to be discussing today the need for having an alternative app store in India. Our vision at Indus App Store is to actually build an Android alternative app store that's meant for developers and consumers and is kind of meant to delight them alike at this point of time. And a lot of you might be wondering that my phone already has an app store irrespective of whichever OS you use. So why exactly do I need one more? Most of you in this room are a developer and actually also a consumer. And wherein we also came from is the fact that there is a need for clear, transparent policies that kind of exists. There's obviously a need for favorable commission structures that put the money back with the developers. There's obviously a need for local context. So when we say Kemcho Ahmedabad, a lot of people require that as the greeting because that's how most of us talk. And obviously what we've seen is there's been insane amount of lack of developer support as well, wherein you all are kind of writing in an email, expecting somebody to reply to you within whatever number of business days. And we are PhonePe. So as PhonePe, we've already got about 520 million odd users in India. We've got about 245 million odd, actually the number is slightly gone up now as well, monthly active folks and about 110 million daily active users. As a company, we process an annualized TPB of about $1.5 trillion in India every year. And as Indus Appstore, the legacy that comes from it is the fact that the team that's kind of building it has been doing Appstore businesses for more than 10 years now. They've already managed close to about 250 million odd users, and they've also managed a bunch of OEM partnerships in the past, so which means that all of us are decently credible to kind of do this as well. And as a matter of fact, Indus Appstore used to power the Samsung Galaxy store in India as well, before Indus became a part of the PhonePe group. And India, why? Because number one, we are all Indians and we want to build for India. And it also happens to be the second largest smartphone market in the world. You've got about 700 million odd users that are live in India at any given point of time, as per some reports, and all of us are spending enough amount of time on our phones, right? Like some days you should just check how many hours do you spend on your phone a day, and that average is actually about more than 5 hours as of now. And we all consume more than 20 GB data, right? All of us have unlimited data on our phones. All of us are using it, and that's been an incremental rise in the last 5 odd years. And as a market, we Indians are responsible for 30 billion app downloads. That's 1/4 of the global share that exists. So why not have an app store that's kind of meant for all of us, because all of us are constituting a big chunk of everything. And we happen to rank number 1 in the global mobile game downloads as well. And can somebody read out to me as well? What is that? That's right? Is that correct? This is my understanding of Gujarati, guys. I expect somebody to tell me if that's written correctly also. Is it? Chalo, fit here, then we can move. And all of you are developers, right? What are you building for? To make revenue out of it as well. The potential that India has in terms of developer revenue is about $7.5 billion just in the next 3 years alone. And the number of gamers in India are only on the rise. So I spoke about 700 million odd devices, but if you see 568 million of them are actually gamers. That's almost more than 80% actually are gamers. And that just shows why we all should kind of be developing for Indian gamers as well. And the opportunity for all of you in the room is the fact that 50% of Indian gamers are aged between 18 to 30. So that's your audience whom you're building for to a large extent. They're spending 10 to 12 hours weekly on playing games, and all of them prefer UPI payments. No credit cards, anything of that sort, but they prefer UPI payments. And there's about 568 million of them. So my guess is all of you want to be building for them as well. Because as Indus, we are embarking on a journey to build out an app store for 700 million Indians with smartphones that is different than what you have. That's an app store that's made for them. And did you also know for the fact that 90% of us are actually consuming content in our own languages? That's how I think most of you talk at home, right? Like, okay, which language do you focus to converse at home? My guess is Gujarati, Hindi, what all? Anybody has any other options? Come on guys, need some of you to come forward. No other language? just Gujarati and Hindi, right? But then why not have my app store also do the same for me? Because that's how I converse. So what we're doing is we've decided to build a truly localized app store that lets you toggle between 12 regional languages. It's just a simple toggle, and then you can literally pick whichever language you want and just select, and your app store kind of changes to whichever language you folks are looking to discover it in. What you can also do is you can search for apps in your native languages. Let me just show you how. Let's go with, for example, somebody's comfortable with English and they're looking for Dream 11.
Hitman, middle समझाया.
And there is somebody who prefers Hindi. Just got to type again in your own language.
ये क्या है? वर्ल्ड कप है हार्दिक भाई, देश की उम्मीदों को.
And if somebody is comfortable with Telugu, they can do the same. And what we're also doing is we're building a video-led discovery that's customized.
हीरो बनना है तो एमपीएल खेलना.
Do most of you consume short-form video content? I'll see a show of hands if the answer is yes. Most of us do, right? Why don't you discover your apps like that? So that's where we're coming from, that, hey, you watch videos.
रॉमी के ट्रू फैंस, रॉमी सर्कल पर आपका स्वागत है. शुरू करें अपनी एक्साइटिंग जर्नी 2000 के वेलकम बोनस के साथ. बेस्ट रॉमी.
And you discover apps the same way. And when you're building as developers, what you're doing is you're also putting out all of this content because that's helping solve for your discoverability in the long run as well. And what we are also bringing to the table is an app listing for all the developers in 12 regional languages. So what developers see is the fact that anybody who is looking for a listing in their own language, everything that that person sees is kind of customized to that very language.
வாழ்க்கையில எதுவும் ஈஸி இல்லை, முயற்சி பண்ணா எதுவும் கஷ்டம் இல்லை. கமான் பாய்ஸ்.
मैं तो सिर्फ एक चौथी फेल आम आदमी हूँ जिसकी एक बीवी है और 2 बेटियां. यही मेरी दुनिया है.
Everything that you see from name, video, description is going to get customized, and what you got to do is just upload your app and the team at Indus does the rest for you. So we help you out with the entire localization piece as well, and you can upload all your content and everybody will see whatever you've uploaded in whichever language you have. Why all of this is because of the fact that there are 1.4 billion of us and we are not just a number, right? I don't think so I'll call you number 1, number 2, number 3. My guess is you all have names, right? All of you have a unique identity, all of you have a unique preference, and that's why the Indus App Store is going to be built in a really customized manner, in a personalized manner for each one of you, wherein you'd just be able to log in with just a phone number. Have you ever thought why you need an email ID to log into an app store? You technically don't. Just use your phone number and you're ready to go. What we're also going to be doing is giving you personalized recommendations. So these 2 app screens are for different people. Somebody might prefer a lot more games, somebody prefers a lot more fintech products, a lot of food ordering products, and the app store experience for everyone is going to be different. So what a Makaya might see or a Prashast might see is going to be very different from what I see as well. So all of this is going to be AI driven and location based. Anybody in Delhi will see Delhi Metro, anybody in Bombay will see a Bombay Metro app. And what we are also doing is, remember I spoke to you about consuming insane amounts of data. Do you actually know almost 90% of it actually goes to waste at the end of the day? You folks are not consuming the entirety of your data. Just have a look at it as to how much data do you actually consume. So what we're going to be doing is we're launching smart updates that are optimized for your mobile data plans. So what that does is all the developers out there can actually have their apps updated. Isn't that one of the challenges most of app developers have, that hey, my app's not really getting updated, People not connecting to Wi-Fi, the system permissions are such, you can actually switch on smart updates. For all your users will be able to then update your apps in the background. That's how it's going to look like. And we're also going to be launching personalized storage management. I think phones with micro SD cards are slightly going away. You all have inbuilt memories and you're always running out of it. So what we're also launching is personalized storage management, wherein you can figure out whichever way you want to sort your apps, you want to manage the storage, keep them, delete them, do whatever, that's totally your call. And we are also building a comprehensive gaming suite. As a matter of fact, we'd have something for each of the sort of games that you are looking to develop, be it the casual gamers,
That was not hard and flat.
or if you prefer building
तीन
the
पूरे
battle
squad
royale
बचे हैं।
games,
कुछ सोचना पड़ेगा।
कॉस्बिन क्लच करें तूने बोला था ना कि
or if you prefer just
कब है हार्दिक भाई?
Fancy game.
देश की उम्मीदों का वजन है, लिफ्ट तो करना पड़ेगा।
तू पहले इनको उठा रिशु।
वर्ल्ड कप है, थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा तो बनता है।
इस खेल में आदत लगना या आर्थिक जोखिम संभव है। जिम्मेदारी से खेलें।
take your pick, whichever app you want to develop, we'll have discovery sorted for all of those. And why list with Indus, right? That's the question a lot of you might have. Hey, why do I list for you? What benefits do I really get? What we're offering for developers is local support. Can you hear me? And what we're also offering you is targeted release management. You as developers can pick and choose whichever devices you want to target, whichever you want to update first, you want to update later. That's all your call. And what we're also solving for is instant updates. How we use smart data for a consumer. We'll let you update your apps in the background as well as developers. And we're going to be providing you real-time analytics and insights regarding your app so that as developers, you can now know a lot more actionable insights about how your app is performing, what the consumers are seeking from you. And for any of you who's looking to market your apps as well, because I think once you've developed an app, my expectation is you're all looking to market it to grow the user base, right? The fact that you'll be able to list in 12 Indian languages will give you local language discovery. So people searching for it in Gujarati, Marathi, Hindi, whichever language they prefer, will be able to discover your app in a language of their choice. We're going to be offering customized ads as well. We're going to be launching video-led app discovery. The one that you just saw is something we recently launched. And what we're also going to be offering is targeted advertising to grow your apps. The advantage that Indus Appstore will bring with it is the fact that we're partnering with some of the major OEMs that exist right now. So we'd be on a huge number of devices by the end of the year. You'd also have access to PhonePe owned channels, the app that I spoke about, which has about 520 million odd registered users. And you'd also have support for marketing and partnerships from the PhonePe scheme of things. The payments advantage, the biggest thing that we are offering is there is no additional development required from your current set of APKs to get onboarded onto Indus. And there's going to be no listing fees as well for the first year that you list your app. And the biggest thing, we're going to be offering 0% in-app commissions. We're not going to be charging what currently you would see a lot of other app stores charge you, which ranges anywhere from 11 to 30%. We're not going to be charging anything, and this is not a today thing, this is a forever thing. You'll always have the freedom to use whichever payment solutions you want to use. We'll offer you ours as well, but that's again always optional. That's never going to be a mandate that you got to use only us for your billing solutions. So that's about us. Happy to answer any questions that all of you have, and do remember to list your apps on the indusappstore.com. Cool, thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Rahil. What about app review thing in there? Like app testing, which we have in Play Store and App Store.
All of the features are available on the dev portal.
Okay.
Just log in and you can kind of check for everything.
Okay, so there will be a like testing time for uploading.
There is a review team that takes it through, and that usually happens within like 24 to 48 hours.
Okay, not like App Store, no? Not like getting so much time.
No. We've got again, that's the whole part, right? Which is that we have a 24/7 Indian local support that's always available.
Okay.
Sometimes I've actually seen some apps go up in less than an hour as well.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's totally up there.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Kevin. I wanted to understand more about the revenue share and how an app posted on this store would share its profits and revenue with the app store and what the arrangement would be like.
We're not asking you to share any as of now. Nothing of that sort is going to be there. You keep the entirety of the revenue with you.
Hello, my name is Deepak. So you said like there is no additional development or changes needed to publish an APK on this store. So suppose I have an APK on Google Play Store and I have used in-app purchase from Google Play Store, then how that will work with this one?
For that, you'll have to maintain a separate one that obviously integrates your billing solution. But again, this is just to get onboarded right now, so it's not a restriction to get onboarded while you figure it out in the back.
So like, will there be a particular solution other than like phone pay payment gateway?
Yes, you can use whichever one you want. It's totally your choice. We'll just be an option, nothing else.
Hi. So after the first year, we have to pay annual fee or something like that?
Yes, that's a listing fee, but we've just launched. So we're also figuring out what should be the exact listing fees as well.
Okay.
But we've just launched like a couple of months ago, 2.5 months ago actually. So right now there's no fees for the first year for sure.
So how we get this Indus? So for example,
just visit Indus. I think they've just changed the screen. But visit indusappstore.com. There's a developer portal there. Just upload your app and that's about it.
Okay,
and that's the process you go through. Cool. We'll close if there are no more questions. All right.
Is there any policy such that mandatory you have to update your application in Google Play? We have 6-month tenure to give updates.
That's totally as per however you want to update your app. That's everything as per you. Cool. All right. Thank you so much for your time. I'm going to be around, so feel free in case you have more questions later during the day. Feel free to come and say hi. All right. Thank you.
Before you go, Ritij, I'd like to call upon Mr. Sachin Kankoje to give a token of appreciation from UID. Sir,